finally here. It's my birthday. It's the 5th of Feb. It's Wednesday. It's 2025. And it's about 2:30. I have one work meeting today, so I'm going to wrap that up in the next hour or so and then probably go on a solo lunch date. I did have a nice breakfast date with my sister, and I got a few gifts, like mostly flowers, which are super cute. But yeah, I just had a chat with my parents who told me about my birth story. Apparently, so my actual like initial birthday was supposed to be 2 weeks from now, but they I think they had to schedule it a bit earlier. But once it was scheduled for the 5th, um, on the 4th, my mom told my dad that she needs the push present immediately. And so they went to the mall, Fair Oaks Mall, and they found a ring. It's a diamond ring, apparently, and she promised she'd give it to me once I have my own children. And picked up the ring and then headed straight to the hospital, checked in, and basically I was born around 3:30 or 4 p.m. So it's relatively quick. She gave birth to me naturally. She had an epidural, but it was a natural birth. She thought I was poop, and she said she needed to run to the bathroom, but they told her, no, 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 that's the baby. And then I think they just stayed one night and then checked out the next day. I was asking them if they knew the gender. Apparently, it was like a surprise. They had no idea because the um, the test to determine the gender or to like find out the gender early on, it was expensive and they couldn't afford it, and they ended up not knowing. So it was a complete surprise, and they were torn between two names, Nadia or Zayn. I'm pretty sure they thought Nadia would be my name if I were a girl, and then Zayn would be my name if I were a boy. And then they ended up with Zayn anyway because it is the better name, I'll be honest, and I'm glad they did. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And I had to double check if I was an accident because they got married in March 1991 and I was born in Feb 1992, which means I was around when they celebrated their 1 year wedding anniversary, which is like, it seems insane to have a baby right away. Apparently, I was planned, which I doubt. And then they had my sisters, like, they got pregnant with my sisters about a year and change after me. And then they had my brother 14 years later. I'm pretty sure my brother is the only planned one, but they said we were all we were all meant to be, so it's all good. And funnily enough, they were talking about how they were completely unaffected with being parents. Like, yes, they had like financial issues and they were barely scraping by, but in terms of like the day-to-day lifestyle, they're like, oh, you were such a like happy, easy baby. That's why we wanted to have more. Everywhere we'd go, people would say, you're so happy, and you love being around like noise. So they would take me to like within week 2 or 3, they were taking me to the mall, to the cinema, to weddings. Like, they did not care. They were not phased at all by being parents. And then, a year and a half later, they got pregnant with twins, which was a pretty difficult pregnancy. So I think after that point, it got harder to do day-to-day things, but generally, apparently, I was easy breezy. And yeah, I guess that's it. But yeah, that really lifted my mood. Although I did not consent to being born, I am happy to be born in my family. So that brings me joy. I do feel I really lucked out with my parents. Obviously, we're all flawed and we all make mistakes, and growing up, it wasn't the easiest, but now looking back, I see some of the wisdom in their choices, and yeah, I love them very much. And happy birthday to me, I guess.